That name was printed on this helmet in 1958. 1958 was the year I was accepted into the London Fire Brigade and was issued with this helmet. This helmet has seen a lot of service. I saw service in the end of 1958, all of 1959, all of 1960 and part of the 1970s. In the 1970s, the style of the helmet was changed to that one. And the 1970s was also a time of change for the fire brigade, inasmuch as they brought women into the ranks. The term fireman then became redundant and we were known as firefighters. Into the 1980s, and the style was changed again to this one. The 1980s was also the decade when I retired from the fire brigade. Now, when people know that I was in the fire service or something, they often say to me, I bet you've seen some things as a fireman. And like all firemen, you just sort of shrug your shoulders and say, yes, I have, yeah. But recently I was reading these great words that were written by Kevin Wright. Kevin is a retired London fireman and lives in Wales. These are his words. How many times we've asked, I bet you've seen some things as a fireman. Well, yes, I have. I've seen life in the raw and just how precious it is to most. I've seen death in all its horror and the lengths that some go to achieve it. I've seen laughter so contagious that it's drawn me in and left me with split sides and gasping for breath. I've seen tears shed by hundreds, many of joy, but far too many through sorrow and pain. I've seen parents lose their children. I've seen siblings lose each other. I've seen children lose parents. And I've seen many lost pets. I've seen children saved, siblings save each other, parents saved, and pets returned to owners. I've seen mouths open wide, but no sound heard, for some poor soul is just empty. I've seen grown men acting like children, playing and joking, and later on I've seen those same men coughing and choking. I've seen the dawn break through a smoky haze more times than I care to remember. I've seen those that you wouldn't look twice at when passing in the street. I've seen those very same people do things that in any other instant they would be called heroes. I've seen my mates receive injuries time and time again, some so bad that they never returned to duty. I've seen the tearful uniformed lines formed as we gather to pay our last respects to those that have paid the highest price. I've seen actions by others that have made me hold my head up high with pride. I've seen the hands of so many being held in the early hours as they and their passengers were cut free from some wreck. I've seen the looks of relief and heard thank you so many times, knowing that this is the one and only time we will meet. I've seen the lost, hollow looks in their eyes, and I've heard their screams as they realised their passengers have not made it. I've seen myself holding the hands of too many as they slipped away, trying so hard to hold on, always fighting to preserve their dignity. I've seen questions being asked by those in need. Is my mother? Is my father? Is my child okay? I've seen answers given that will haunt the givers to their graves. I've seen all this and much more with some of the greatest people I've ever met in the best job in the world. I've seen this question asked 1,000 times and the answer given the same way every time, with a shrug of the shoulders. A few. I've seen it's virtually impossible to answer this question. You can only live it and experience it. I am a fireman. Peace.